Welcome to another episode of the CM450 Café Racer build. Today we're going to rebuild and restore the Carbs. These old vintage bikes are always in need of it, so I can't recommend doing that enough. Alright, let's get into it. Stay tuned. Disassembly is going to be pretty straightforward. Just loosen the 4 clamps with a Phillips screwdriver around the intake boots and the airbox boots. Next you would want to loosen and remove the choke and throttle cables. I ended up just doing the choke because I don't have the throttle tube engaged, so I was able to just pull the carbs and cables straight through. So during this assembly I realized the intake boots are completely shot. I'm using heat just to pull them off, but I've already ordered new ones. So we'll install those when we get the carbs back on the bike. Here you can see I'm removing the jets. I wanted to mention this because I was starting to panic about it. The manual shows a slow jet plug in the slow jet passage, but I did actually not have that, and I thought that was abnormal, but it does turn out that there are some models that don't actually have that. So if you run across this, just know that it's meant to be that way. One thing I'd recommend if you're rebuilding carbs for the first time is do it one by one. If a jet or some sort of part falls out and you're not sure where it goes, you can go to your second carb or your third carb, etc. to see where certain parts are supposed to go, and you can use that as reference. That has saved me a ton in the past. Here I'm just brushing the carbs in some vinegar while I'm waiting on the other parts in the ultrasonic cleaner. Here I just wanted to post a carburetor diagram for your reference. Another important note I wanted to make was with the pilot screw. If you do end up taking it out, you need to make sure you put it back in the way the factory is set, which is 2 1/4 turns. So on the accelerator pump on this float bowl, I put the spring in the wrong spot. The spring should be on top of the diaphragm, and that little cover here goes on the bottom. Just in case you're following this video to do it yourself, I want to make sure that everything you see is being done properly. All right, let's get back into it. Our new jet needle, put that in there, then a holder. I'm gonna bench sink my carbs. I grabbed two things that are the same size. I'm gonna push butterfly valve open and I'm gonna just set this on top of here like that so that the butterfly valve is now resting against this part of the bit. So now I'm gonna put it in here and see that doesn't fit in there, which means I need to adjust it. So this is my adjuster nut right here. I already loosened the locking nut, and so I'm going to loosen this until I can get the drill bit under the butterfly valve. Almost there. So now it just barely slides in there. I want it a little bit tighter than that. Okay, that's good. All right, and that's how you bench sink carbs. It's super easy. That's gonna do it for today's episode, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode on the CM450 Cafe Racer build. We're gonna just keep plugging along. Also, if you missed it, we got new merch, baby. Super hyped on this design. If you missed any of the previous videos, I'll put this playlist up on the screen as well as my last build, which was the Honda Nighthawk. That turned out super awesome. I'm very proud of that. And lastly, if I can build a bike, then so can you guys. Cheers.